So welcome to Artist Podcast with Von Reinhardt Atelier. My name is Francesca von Reinhardt, and this is my exclusively special first podcast guest. He came all the way from France, and he's a musician artist who's multi-instrumentalist, and also a dear friend of mine, and his name is Charles Seilhean. Welcome, Charles.
Welcome, thank you so much for the invitation.
I would love to speak French, but this is the trouble.
I will love as well.
It's such a crappy. I speak crappy French, so
that's
we'll
okay.
have to skip it.
Yeah.
Maybe next podcast.
Yeah, next
if
one.
I'm lucky, then we can sort it out. That my French would be improved by then.
I hope, yeah.
But how long have you been in Byron Bay?
I've been in Byron Bay for 1 year and a half now.
Wow.
I'm stuck in Byron since 1 year and a half.
So you have developed some sense of unconditional love relationship with the place.
Yeah, with the place. Not with someone, but with the place, yeah.
But how does it feel
To be in Byron,
to be in Byron specifically?
it's like kind of like I feel so free here in a way, like I don't know, it's because of the town or just because like it's like a small town and most of the people are more like into this kind of they're more open mind than some other place I've been, especially. I mean, I'm from France. I love France. I love my place, but it's so different, and people here are more. I don't know. There is like this kind of vibe, EP vibe, I didn't know this before, so yeah, there's something more relaxed, more easygoing. That's why I like Byron for this kind of thing.
Do you mind letting me know, or the audience, the listeners knows, where are you from in France?
I'm from Biarritz.
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 You don't need to. Yeah, Biarritz.
Okay. And so, is it in a coastal town or inland?
It's like on the southwest of France. It's like 20 minutes from Spain. It's really similar with Byron, like this kind of surf town,
Right.
and yeah, like sunset and like beach town and all this stuff. Yeah. So basically, I don't feel
Foreign here.
foreigner. Exactly.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And how do you find being in Byron as an artist, as a musician artist who?
This is so good. This is one of the reasons why I'm stuck in Byron as well. No, yeah, true. It's because of the music. It's such a unique place for that. Like because I remember the first time I arrived in Byron. The first thing is like there's so many people in the street who's playing music.
Really?
It's like a small town. There is like 2 main streets, and so many people who's playing music, and I'm like, what? Like so with so freedom, and in France you do that in the street, like you can be sure like the police come and say, hey, do you have any authorization or this kind of thing? In Byron, no, it's just like it's part of the magic of the town. I mean, I
we
imagine.
do apply for. We do need to apply for basking permits, what it's
Yeah.
called. However, a lot of artists will be a poet.
Yeah.
In the past, you would have find them be on the street. There's also a character called a bush poet living
Yeah.
around here, and used to be a few years ago. There was a friend of mine, originally from New Zealand. He would always be in the street with his own written poetry,
Oh, wow.
reciting it, and he has the character that a little bit like a Caucasian Jesus
Yeah.
as well, which is what I call you, funky Jesus, because anyway, so the what you call the extent of artists, expressionists here, not just limited to painters, sculptures. Music is one of the most projected image, you know, here, I mean, the music venues. When you walk the town from one end to the other, if you walk fast, in 3 minutes, you finish the walk.
You finish
So
everything.
you have to like count your step
Yeah.
really gently, walk really slowly
Yeah.
to get a 10 minutes walk from one end to the other of Johnson Street,
Yeah.
the main street. And yet we have such a rural character of town with international tourist destination, and you have all walks of
This
life.
is a beauty. I
I
love
know.
that.
Wow, you
No,
saw
really,
the
no?
beauty.
There's so many people, so many different culture.
Yeah.
It's like it's a mix of everything, so you learn a
So have you been playing much around Byron?
yeah. I mean,
what's your favorite?
place to play. Well, I don't know if I have to. It's in a little corner in the dark. In the dark, you know. My favorite place. No, to be honest, like I think I had like so many memories. So I'm talking playing in the street, right?
Yeah.
I had so many memories, especially it's the Patagonia place. It's like
Patagonia.
Fundies
Yeah,
and front
yes.
of Fundies. Here, for me, was the best because it's not in the center. It's like more out, out of the center. But I met so many good musicians, free musicians. Yeah, especially one like who's playing some djembe and all percussion.
Yes.
Well, like you can meet so many people like this with some freedom and some joy. This is so good. It feed me a lot.
Yeah.
It fed me a lot.
So you feel a sense of belonging straight away to a degree, yeah, because of that musical connection with artists. I mean, you would have met other musicians that is not local from overseas.
True.
Yeah?
True.
Because
Like for example,
we both have the common friends that we met.
yeah. It was the first time we met. We can talk
2 o'clock
about
in
it
the night.
during the night. No, I can explain this story
Yes, of
because
course.
actually it's
yeah, it would be interesting to hear your version and my version of when we meet.
Okay.
You go
Okay,
first.
I'll go. So I don't know. It was in 2024, something like that.
See?
I was hanging out with my friend. They were all Spanish. It was a Spanish group because most of the people in Byron are Argentina or Spanish, and
South
the rest
American,
50% South America.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was hanging out with this kind of people, and we used to go to different places like bars, like the raves most of the time. And I don't know what's happened this night. I was like, oh, I'm fed up. Like, just it's the same thing every time. Like, you go to Thursday, you go to the rails, and after you repeat Friday, Saturday, and you repeat again, and you just have the feeling to be stuck somewhere and do the same thing every time. And like, oh, I'm fed up. Like, and I remember I left. I say, I'm sorry. I need to leave because.
You're done with it.
Yeah, I'm
You're
down.
done
Like it's just small talk every time. Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
I love this friend
Of course,
for sure. But
of course.
so I left. I said, that's enough. And I remember I drove my car and I saw like some people they were playing in the streets in the dark. Actually, I didn't see anything. I just heard something, and I like, what? And I just drove and I said okay. And I said no. Let's go. Let's just check it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I drove back, and I remember I saw like this little group like in the dark, and they were playing music like really really hippie, like hippie kind of people, and who's these people? And I remember, I was like, oh, and I said maybe that's the time to get out, go out of my comfort zone, Yeah. And I just asked, I say, please, can I play with you? Because I have a guitar since like maybe more than 1 year in my van, and I still didn't use it. So I will happy to,
Right.
like to have some connection with different musicians, all this stuff, and yeah, it's begun like that. So and so that's why. So I met you, Mrs. Francesca, with some other friend, a really good friend. Um, and yeah, it was a wonderful night, and I met so many good friends, and we stayed like until 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I remember, yeah, it was really a really nice evening.
It was very nice.
Yeah, it was so funny.
I remember my version. We were busy playing, and of course our sweet beloved friend Matisse, French guitarist Matisse, avec Adi,
Yeah.
and I was on the percussions. Adi was on the bass, I think. No, maybe he was on another guitar, or maybe the bongos. But I was on the African percussions and the dunduns, and Matisse on the electric guitar. And it was late in the night, so I think I was just on the bongos then, because the dunduns were too loud by 2 o'clock in the night. And this man came and very politely saying, excuse me, can I play with you? And I said, yes, of course. I was the one to be, like, Matisse was in a trench, and Adi was also in a trench. They didn't want to be disturbed. And then I said, yes, of course. And then you came back with the acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And we could hardly hear you because it was overridden by all the other instruments. And then I was listening to you really, really gently, and I was like, wow, he plays so beautifully. And there was this feeling of, like, my friends, like, who's this guy? I'm not too sure. Like, especially Adi. He's like, I'm not too sure about him.
Yeah,
like,
I know the story, Adi. I know the story.
Yeah, I'm just in a trance. And Matisse, of course, when you left, when we finished, I think it was 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
4:30. Because I remember Matisse drove me home at 5, or maybe Adi, I can't remember. So when you left, I was saying to Matisse, Matisse, he plays really well. And of course, I always speak with the French accent, English but French accent to Matisse. For sure, he plays very well. And yeah, Matisse, I think so. I think he was very good. He went like this, and bam. Of course, the last thing we knew before you left, you said you were going to leave the next day.
Yeah.
And I said to Matisse, did you exchange numbers with him? Because, like, he's a really good musician. And he said, yeah, I did. And that was it. No story. And what, 2 months later?
Yeah. Because
I went away.
Yeah.
You went away.
Yeah.
Matisse went back home.
Yeah.
Adi went away. Everyone left bar. Came back 2 months later, and I was standing by the rail. Yeah. And there was our friend Pat Mogi, the Dutch musician. I was listening to him, and then after him, I was listening to Franco.
Yeah.
Flamenco classic guitarist.
Classic, yeah.
And then someone say to me, "You're Francesca, right?"
Who said that? Me?
Yes, that was you. I say, yes. You remember me? I'm Charles. We played, and yes, oh wow. And I was like, really, of course. And I look at you because, you didn't, I think your beard was a little bit shorter when I saw you the first, or maybe it was in the night.
Oh, no, yeah, maybe, yeah.
And then you, when I saw you, the beard was a lot longer, even longer than now.
Yeah, I know.
And so I was like,
true.
Yeah, okay, it took a while, but then
yes,
you, I remember.
Try to.
So that was, like, some things are really interesting here because Byron, the original name of Byron, I've been told it's Kavanba, and Kavanda translate as the meeting point. And for some odd reasons, in good terms, of course, every time I think about somebody, they appear or they call, and someone that I met in Byron. And for some reason as well, people that I don't see for 10 years, I would go to play drum at the sunset. Someone turned up there, like, what? I have not seen you for 10 years. They've been back home to their countries, motherlands, and come back again to visit Byron because for some reason it's magnetic.
Yeah, there's
here,
something magnetic.
always
magic.
pulling because of them. I think it's not just them as people, but it's also the relationship they build, the memories they make here. And if you come here with this, I don't know, beautiful feeling, and then you make great memories to remember. Of course, you are going to be so nostalgic anywhere you are. It's like, I need to be back in Byron, and sometimes you come back the first week or so, you'd feel like, oh, like I feel like I'm a stranger back here because it takes a while to find out where are they, where are the friends that I know. I mean, even for me, having lived here for so long and then still go away for a month or two, come back,
yeah, that's weird.
I'm a little bit
that's weird.
floaty right now. So it takes like 2-3 days to see my local friends to feel like I'm grounded again.
But
it's just that, but
no, but that's really interesting. That's something happened many times because I tried to leave the Byron so many times, and every time I come back, I'm stuck here. It's like magnetic thing, like. And every time when I come back, I feel like where I am. It's like super weird, the feeling. You just have the feeling to enter in a bubble and be like, you don't know, like it's a new town, new thing. It's not the same town.
But it's also great to go back, to go away and come back.
Yeah.
It's like, because Byron becomes your second home. I mean, your home in Australia. So when you go back to another country or going back home to your original home of origin, country of origin, then you come back, it feels like coming back home, but at the same time you have to, it's like when you left home, when you left your parents' home, a little bit like that, and then coming back to a new arrangement in the house, because in the living room, a little bit like that for me, because I come back 2 months later, oh, there is a new building that they just finished, or a house has been pulled down. But so in a way, some things change, some things remain the same. And so what I figure out being here is that I can adjust to the change, but how do I maintain my relationship with the place? How do I build that in my own terms so that I don't feel like I'm drifting? You see? And it's so it's like give me a sense of grounding here as well. And art, being an artist and surrounded by artist friends, have really holds a ground for me. And I mean, on daily basis, like, of course I paint, and then as you know, we jam together here at my place. But also, it's nice to, on a good days when all the friends are here, they spamming the phones to say sunset time, and that means, I just gotta have to go and with the drumsticks and play the drums at the drumming sunset. You don't text anybody, and everyone goes to check with the cars, is there anything happening, and everyone comes out with their instrument and start drumming.
That's so good.
I mean, it's such a beautiful community.
That's beautiful.
Like that.
That's
so
beautiful.
Makes me realize art binds people together, and we become so interwoven and form a kind of common ground, make new family, and I love it that there is that spirit that you can create, or we can create here as in terms of art, because it's very fulfilling in a way.
no limit. I mean, about art, this kind of thing you can just express yourself like with no limit. Yeah.
So, scusa. I wanted to. Sorry.
No, really?
I would like to discuss with you what because being an artist, right, and being in the art world or as an artist, and being certain age, or whether it's doesn't matter, regardless of gender, regardless of background, cultural background. Did you ever feel like a sense of, the identity burden?
Burden?
Yeah, like a load, like a burden is like a load that you have to carry. As a musician, did you ever feel like a pressure of identity? Because I have witnessed
Yeah.
talented people here, and they are happy with their talents. They're gifted,
Yeah.
as musician or as other art practitioners, and they don't necessarily need to have to please the public to say, "Well, I'm going to keep singing because you like it," or because so I mean, they don't need to keep singing, performing on stage because someone said, "Oh, don't waste your talent, don't do this." So there because there is that pressure when someone sees, "Oh, you're so talented," and they come up with ideas. They can't help it because it's a way of them wanting to support you, to encourage you, to say, "Wow, I'm really grateful that I met you. You're very talented, and I would love to see you more on stage." And so, basically, it's a mean of wanting to hear you very, progress even better, right, than where you are. However, it can also be like a curse to some people because, like, I don't want that pressure. I would like to just do it in my own terms. Whether I go on the stage or not, I play for myself.
Yeah.
Really. Did you ever feel like a sense of burden, identity burden, in a way at all?
Not necessarily about people,
Wait.
but more about me.
Yes.
In a way, like I think like all people who's doing art, this is like the main thing, in art in general. I think we have this kind of. We used to be kind of identify with the I'm an artist.
See.
And so everything turned around about like I'm an artist. So I'm playing music, so I need to be in a certain way. I need to be like I like this kind of behavior, this kind of thing, because you're feeding like kind of an image
Sweet.
of you, and people sometimes they accept this kind of thing.
Yes.
But this is bullshit. This is bullshit.
D'accord.
It's
Okay.
no, for me it's bullshit at
Yeah.
all. Like I don't, for one time, I don't know. This kind of thing, but you can see many times,
Si.
many people, many artists, or many musicians, or you try to create an image of you, but
Creating
deeply it's not the reality. Deeply you're
Right.
just a human being,
Yeah.
completely normal, and
Yes.
you just you have some kind of skills or some other way to express yourself, but I don't want to take like a personal identity because it's not at all. I'm just saying like kind of an expression of the moment,
Sweet.
but it's not. I'm not saying, oh, I'm a guitarist, or I'm a musician, or I'm an artist. I'm saying, okay, I feel connected with this kind of activity,
Si.
and it's playful, it's joyful, it's just nothing more than that. And
Yeah.
but I'm not. No, I don't want to. When people wait this kind of expect this kind of thing as well, I'm like no.
So in a way, you freeing yourself from, you liberate yourself from this identity burden, the image burden of being an artist.
Yeah, and I feel so much more free. Because you're just like, oh,
A sense of liberty.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So then because that becomes a limitless connection with just anybody, yeah. And I feel that regardless of whether someone plays well or not, if you enjoy play together, you just play.
Yeah.
You find a way to help each other to play together.
Yeah.
Just to be in tune at least with each other. Yeah. So it can be very simplified in that way, but I feel maybe the image has to do with, you think could be to do with an influence of, let's say, people like David Bowie. They have a very eccentric image that they create.
Yeah.
So have a specific, like a signature thing about them, or be it like even like a supermodel. Like this supermodel is known iconically for this instead of that supermodel knowing that kind of stuff. I mean, even painters, they're somehow classified, or he's like this, he's like that, and she's like this or like that, and then you don't want to be labeled, be put in a category, which we all maybe not all, but many of us don't want to be put into a category.
No.
It's hard to define yourself with the one single out of something.
Just feel like, enclosed.
Yeah, it's like for me, it's like you're a horse on a racetrack.
Yeah, true.
And before you're released to race, your head is, the side of your eyes are covered, so you only look forward.
Yeah.
To the race line.
Yeah.
And so once you're out of that standing point, you start running, you just follow that line. So it's like a comfortably arranged race path.
Yeah, yeah.
It's well arranged, but that's it. You finish the race.
Yeah.
And then somebody else take the glory of you being the horse who's gone on the race. And so in a way, kind of, that's why I think that the song, because you're a musician, so this, Pink Floyd song, Wish You Were Here, the lyrics, I always somehow, this kind of, that song really like portrays the reality that we have to question about ourselves.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
And I find that a lot of artists that I connect with, they have this, like a certain, I can't even, it's just not even certain, but it's not even a certain something, but it's just, they have this freedom of, I don't want to ask for permission to live my life.
Yeah.
I don't want your permission, I don't need to ask for permission. I'm living my life the way I want to.
Yeah.
And of course it's like, with great intentions, not with the harmful intentions. And that's, I'm not sure, but I see it like that with the friends that I connect with, the artists. I mean, some of them are sculptures, and we're very much channeling with this freedom.
Yeah, definitely. I think we try to catch this kind of thing, this flow.
Yeah.
And actually, when we're playing together, most of the time, I'm thinking when we're jamming in your place, if you're looking for the best jam in town, go to Francesca. I mean, anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Merci beaucoup.
For example, when we're jamming, there is this kind of thing. We all want to catch this kind of thing, called that the flow, like this thing, or just it's like everything happening naturally without any, you don't control, no pressure. And it's just there's this kind of thing, you just forget who you are.
Yes.
And yourself, like the thing you think about yourself, like the ego, everything disappears, and there is only like kind of flow and conversation, and you know, this
It's
kind
like that engagement, conversation through the
conversation
instruments.
and you and that's
Yeah, because everyone is listening to each other.
yeah
And then what that's one of the best moments with practicing art that I noticed, because you are engaging in listening to each other and not about being loud. And the one of the nicest thing about musicians that plays with no ego that I notice is that when I hear the bass overriding everything, I would say either bring everything else up to match with the bass or bring the bass down. When you give an input like that, the ones that play without egos, oh really? So they become so aware of that notification because they focus on harmonizing.
yeah
It's not about being louder.
yeah
Not about listen to me. I can do this. I can do my riff
no.
so good. It's all to do with harmonization,
yeah
and that's why I play with Adi, because he is able to give a constructive criticism when I need to hear it.
yeah
Because there was a time then, I remember I went to the drum circle. I just arrived, they were all there, and they were waiting for me to come for the dunduns, and I was late, like 20 minutes late. And of course I arrived there and I was feeling guilty that everyone was waiting, but they were playing already. And so Martino handed me the sticks for the dundun, and I took it and I just went like fast beat straight away. Adi was like, what? He's like
start to dance
okay,
and
but the funny thing is like
trance.
he let me go and they all followed.
Yeah, he just adapt himself.
We went intense. It was so intense, but then he was like, I exhausted them straight away. And you know, the sessions last for about 6 to 10 minutes, sometimes on and on and on. So this was one long session, and he's like, when the session was over, he's like, my God, you just went bang, 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 bang straight away. You didn't take it easy. And he didn't mean to criticize me. He was just pointing out that, wow, that was like just full on straight away from the start. And I realized, oh my God, I didn't even pay attention to like, let's just take it slow. Because when I play, whenever I play with Adi, we always discuss about when you're playing instruments, because it's unlike painting. When you're making sounds, think about how people make love with each other, but you make love through music, and it's just the most beautiful feeling that you can ever express. And you have to find that tone of harmony in somewhere within you. And so when you hold the sticks, like, because I play the dundun, so when I hold the stick, I have to like, if I feel tense on my shoulders, then I'm stressed. I'm not relaxed. So if I'm holding the sticks and I'm like, my shoulders relaxed,
you need to
and
feel
I'm
comfortable
dancing,
with your body.
very comfortable with my body, and I didn't even know I'm dancing. I'm playing along while I'm dancing, and that's like you're lost in a trance, right?
Yeah.
And that's like better than exercising, because the mind meditating through something, yet you're looking at the sunset, you're still smiling at people, but you're not thinking about whether you're offbeat or not. You're just in rhythm, harmonizing.
That's beautiful.
But that's the thing that I noticed when I met you.
What happened with me?
When I was listening to you, because we could hardly hear you when that first moment, we could hardly hear you, but I was like, and I was like listening to you. Wow, you play so good. You know, the melodies. It what's made me what reminded me of, you know, Adi's conversation with mine as well, randomly sometimes, and you know how it's like making love through music. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I love that as well.
Beautiful.
this is something. I think like because the music cannot lie, you know.
No, it does no.
You
It's
can,
true. You hear one wrong note, bang,
Yeah.
that's wrong.
Yeah.
Music is the one thing that never lies,
Yeah.
and I absolutely agree with that.
You
I
know,
always say that.
in a way, if you want to be connected with the instrument, if you to pretend to be someone else, or you pretend to, you not like you not feel comfortable with what's happening inside in your body
Yes.
and in your mind, it sounds wrong.
Yes.
But suddenly, if you just drop the mask, and
Yeah.
you open your heart, ah, the instrument say, okay, let's go, let's
It just
let's talk.
takes you.
You
Yeah,
know what I
it
mean?
takes
It's
you.
like, let's go do something together, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And it sounds so good when people just play with their hearts, you know.
Oh yes.
It's
yes.
something like super powerful, and every time I'm super grateful. I'm like, ah.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
How do you perceive we humans as artists? Like, how do you perceive artists in the real world compared to the virtual world?
To do what?
To the compare, like, how do you perceive artists?
Yeah.
Your point of view of an artist when you see them, like when you know them in the real world, to the artists that you know in the virtual world, the online world.
Oh yeah.
Please, I would really value what your perception of this, because I mean it's reality that we witness on a daily basis. I know you in real life, but also I follow your account and your updates, because it's and then there are people who are famous artists, and then I go and check on their accounts to see what the latest updates, what they've been doing, and you never met them, but you appreciate the quality of what they're presenting there.
Yeah.
Please
But so you
be
wanna?
my guest. I would love you to have your opinion, or whatever you would call it, your perception on artists being
Like
in
in
a
the real, as a human
world,
being, and in the virtual
in
world.
the virtual. No, both. Yes. What's your perception on this?
It's depend because I don't know. I'm not really good with social media, first of all. But if I yeah, I have so many friends. Wow, yeah, I don't know if I can say that, but yeah, in real life, they are so kind, so you know, so so they're so kind, just like they're really nice person, very open, very sweet, very all this stuff. And suddenly, because they play music, they're artists, they make some music, so they do some rap, all this stuff. And when they are so in front of the camera, they become like
Serious?
like super serious and super like, and I'm like, no. And every time when I see it, I'm like, why you do that? No, just they create like an identity,
image.
like fantasy, kind of fantasy, and I mean I don't have any judgment about that,
Yeah.
but I'm like, oh no, I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm like, I don't know. I think it's better to try to transcribe like the real human being you are inside, and try to transcribe after in a digital way, or in the social media, or as an artist, like the image of the artist. I think it should be cool to mix and both like sweet together, not something completely fun, like you're super kind and sweet and like a teddy bear, and when you become your like the image, the artist, you become like, whoa, super rough and super super
Firm. Very
yeah,
firm. Official.
yeah um, yeah
You think do you think that it has to do with what perception people may be putting out on them as artists? Because like when you have an online account, like social media, let's say, of course people are going to be looking. There's so many strangers looking at your account and what you put out there. Do you think that conditioning of their online character that they project on their account, you think that has to do with the fact that they have to, I mean, you have to frame, you have to put yourself in a certain composition or a certain framing where you have to guard your privacy. You cannot put everything out there. There's only certain amount of frame of time and energy you can put out there to show people who you are. And so then because of that limitation, then you can't get too private. You think it has to do with that, maybe? Because like in real life, let's say you and I, we know who our parents are, right? We know who we love. We know our grounding self. How we connect with people. We know. And our friends know if we are close enough, and whoever surrounding us that we love knows us to a degree really well. Of course, with the fact that your knowledge, how you know me, it's a version that you know of me. Different to the version that my mother knows of me. And how I know myself is a different version again. And so it's in reverse. And online,
you can fake
it's just
it.
one
it's just one
monotonous
friend, one moment,
monotonous thing that you presented yourself in a firm way. Like, let's say just one photo,
it's impossible.
Right. And everyone's gonna see just that.
But I mean,
maybe. I mean, like, of course, everyone has the consciousness also to say, oh yeah, that's just one snapshot. But then sometimes you read the comments. It's like, wow, they can bombard somebody with either negatives or really positive comments over one thing for a person they don't know.
That's the crazy thing with internet. That's one of the crazy things with internet, because you can see like an example when you met someone with social media. You talk with someone in social media you never seen before in real life, and when you see him in real life, or you see her, doesn't matter, you just see it's completely different. There is something different. Like, I'm not talking about physically, but like the image about you were creating before about this person, what is completely different in real life, because you don't have all the package of like the physically for sure, but like the energy, like the way how the person talk, like the way how you look, all this kind of thing.
I mean, you put the best angle of yourself.
For sure, internet you put the best, but that's true. So it's one of the thing.
And I mean, another thing is like, I think it's not that easy to illustrate your emotions online, because what I see with social media is that perfection. Life is perfect on social media. I mean, not for everyone presenting themselves like that. Sometimes I read memes and they're so chaotic about, parenthood or about friendship, and you see dramas. I mean, we see things in real life, like television shows, real TV, reality TV shows. You see this kind of stuff, but then that is seeking for viewers as well. So there's quite often an exaggerated, cut up bits to, to like aggravate something in you or for response.
It's kind of, you're looking for this kind of validation.
Yes. Also, they need viewers. So they're gonna put a drama show for you.
For sure.
And so I feel like, to a degree, yes, I have the same perception as you, because I remember going to drumming circle, Sunday market in Byron, and the farmers market where it is now.
Yeah.
That was the old Sunday market space, and one Sunday market I went there, and I went around 2 o'clock because by 2:30 the market's closed. 3 o'clock we started playing drums over there, and strange enough, on a Saturday night, I have this lady friend who have just updated a beautiful image, like amazing picture. Look like it wasn't Photoshop, but because it was well done, so beautifully done, and it's just wow, I haven't seen her in a while. She looks amazing. She looks so beautiful. She posted a photo on a Saturday night. Sunday morning, Sunday in the afternoon. The next day, I saw her on the Sunday market. It was a completely different person.
Yeah.
And of course, like, I couldn't help to question in my head, just what the hell happened to you overnight? You look so different, unrecognizable. And so that's the image that is put in the virtual world.
Yeah.
What I mean, also, like, that's just a fraction, like a scratch on the skin on what is perfection.
Yeah, yeah.
And when and you know what, the funny thing is, like, sometimes I see some of the most good looking people. They look not so good in their pictures. In real life, they're absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. Like,
Yes, that's true.
unbelievably gorgeous. Yeah. And I'm thinking, wow, how did anyone manage to make a picture of them and make them look unattractive, because they are drop-dead gorgeous, like, unbelievable. And that happens. But they don't care because they know who they are. They don't care about this one ugly picture or two ugly pictures.
Yeah, true. But this is something happening a lot.
Yeah. Right. The version of a younger artist and the version of, let's say you are, if you are to be in 20 years in future from now on, the younger artist version of you now, what do you see for your future self, for the 20 years future self, and imagine that future self looking back at the present artist that you are now. Can you give me,
as an artist, you think?
Yes, as an artist, or as a human being?
Human being.
Both. Could you give me, whichever way that you can give me, whichever perspective, can you give me about yourself, please? It's so interesting too. Have you ever thought of,
in, like, what's gonna happen for me in 20 years? Like, in a way, I'm gonna,
as an artist, or as I mean, like, I don't need to, like, you say, oh, my plan is like this, like, no, but how do you see yourself, let's say, as a man, as a male artist, as a man, 20 years from now? What would you say to that guy 20 years later? And then to imagine yourself that 20 years later, the older guy later, to say to this guy now, what would you have said? That'd be, in reverse.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we both don't speak really good English.
No, but I understood. Look, I learned to speak like thousand, so I understand 1,000 language. No, but you speak so well. I mean, come on.
Thank you. Anyway.
No, but yeah.
I'm struggling.
No, it's just me. I'm struggling to.
I'm struggling.
No, it's just me. It's not you. If I'm to be honest with myself, I think it would be this only thing. If I'm still keeping to be honest with myself, and don't try to be in the moment most of the time, you know. And live like the life. It's kind of limited game, you know. It's super short. Like
Oui.
if you have to think about like the existence of the universe, all this stuff. I would say, just live the life. Like each day, it's like a new day and a new way to learn some new thing about me and about the life and about the people. And I think it's the my main thing, I guess. Being kind of compassion and love with each other, with people, and joy. Try to find joy every time, and be honest, for sure. Be honest with myself every time, and the same thing as a musician.
What are the things that you would like to keep being honest with yourself about? Let's say in terms of music.
To keep something.
Yeah, to keep being honest in terms of music, let's say.
Yeah.
What is the very thing that you don't ever want to cheat in terms of music to find a shortcut, let's say, you know, like me, my weakness when it comes, I have the instruments, as you know.
So many instruments.
And then like I will take a whole week like practice, and then I get distracted, like, but I want to paint, and then I would just talk myself out in the middle of the night, tomorrow I will practice. But then I will not follow up. I'm not honest with myself to follow up with the practicing the guitar or the bass. Then I jump onto to the paint, because like, but it's easier to paint than fiddling with trying to press the guitar strings and then memorizing all the notes. The learning I tend to find almost like, you know, like I guess when you are an academic student studying something, you need to do assignments, which is a classic thing. Your assignment has to be handed in 2 weeks, and then suddenly the day that you actually need to do that, you're like, but I'm gonna do the dishes.
Every time. I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Yeah. So what is this thing in terms of music for you that you're always gonna be honest?
But I have the same problem.
So it's not me.
I think no, but it's not. I think it's a common thing for a lot of people. Yeah, I think there's a kind of thing like that. I work on it, like every time, like, I need to work on that, especially now because I don't know, you know. And every time, like, well, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, that's the thing. I still work on it, but I progress. You know, now I'm become a little bit more serious with this kind of thing. I'm like, no. If you want to do now, you do it now. It's not tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see what we can do. If you can do it now, do it. So yeah, I tried, but yeah, but the thing I try to keep, it's like I will never understand the music and my instruments totally like in full, you know, full understand my instrument, because so limited thing, so many genres, so many styles.
Yes.
So I keep saying myself, like, you will never, you're gonna still have something to learn. Yeah. So you cannot say I'm good or I'm the best, or never, because I want to keep this kind of thing, or it's just a path and I need to keep learning because I love that. So it's like a unlimited thing. You like, you know, cook, and you can cook unlimited forever. So that's one of the things.
That's my perception too.
Yeah.
Because I feel the moment someone say, I never like when, especially like a very close relative or someone that close to me, like a friend, and say something that they meant really well to maybe to maybe it's to say that they approve of what you do, or they're encouraging you and they say, wow, you're amazing. I feel that that's inappropriate. I know you don't mean to be rude, and I appreciate that you said, but I tell myself that's an inappropriate thing to embrace. It's not appropriate for me as an artist to accept that I'm amazing, because the moment I accept it, I'm lying to myself.
Yeah.
To say to be amazing for me means you are like at the top.
Yeah.
And you don't need any more improvement. And so it's contradicting to the fact, to my reality, because the fact that I know for myself, I am far from amazing. And there is the learning process is, if I say to myself, I know I'm coming back for many more lifetimes just to continue what I'm learning, because this lifetime is not going to be enough. And if I live up to 200 years, I'd be really blessed and lucky to keep on learning. But then by then, I'm with the stinky breath. Nobody wants to talk.
No.
But this is a reality that
I think it's important, like to. This is one of the things super exciting. Like you can still learn.
Yes.
You know.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
You know, it's like when you set no limits, the freedom, it's like, because it's so. It's have this feeling of like adventurous to explore.
Exactly,
to explore
like an
explore.
exploration.
Yes.
Like expedition.
Like I can go for a walk to the lighthouse every day. But if I'm only looking at the pebbles and where I'm going, and I don't look up the trees and notice, oh, there's a koala today, and there is an echidna another day, and a different kind of birds that I haven't even noticed all these, over 2 decades or whatever. The little additional things that you learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
The more you know that you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
The more you know that you really
exactly.
don't
The
know
more
much.
you know, you realize you don't know. That's the thing. But that's so good.
Yeah, that's the younger self that you are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and realizing that.
Yeah.
And knowing that that's how you would like to see the 20 years old future later on.
Yeah, that.
And so that 20 years old
Gonna
future guy will look back at this guy, and you think he'll be happy?
Yeah. I mean, I think I thought. Yeah. I mean, I think it's important. Just try to be honest. If you keep to be honest, like you can. I will not able to say, oh, I was doing that. No, I was just okay. I'm in this kind of path. I'm stuck here. Yeah, okay. So I try to do my best. Could not to to judge me or say.
Yes. I the thing is, I know that I'm really critical
About you?
on myself.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why?
Because if I don't criticize myself, there's just no improvement. Because you can fall into a trap of being loved by people as who you are, accordingly to their perceptions of who you are. And if you're comfortable with that, that's fine. But I'm preferring to be on the other side, or even though I'm alone, I know, like, I'm really lazy. I'm being really lazy, and this should not be acceptable, because I'm being lazy for no reason. Okay? And so I speak to myself alone a lot.
Oh, really?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I have a lot of conversations with myself.
That's cool.
So I'm a bit like, sometimes, am I going crazy? But then I'm crazy, but at least I know I'm crazy, and then no one can argue. And it's a way for me to, like, because as much as I can talk to my parents or someone else close, or to you, what will happen, for what I've noticed, in sincerity, they all, out of love, they just, yeah, but you're doing all right. You're fine. Don't worry about it. They would just give me an encouragement of positivity, and I know I'm not doing well. I'm not doing to the exceptional that I actually wanted to aim at doing. But they don't get it because they think I'm being hard on myself. But I know that even if I'm being hard on myself, but it's like not so hard, because then I still talk. The other side of myself will argue, "Yeah, but I need to relax." And, many side of myself.
So what will be your vision of you in 20 years?
The vision of me in 20 years is that I will remain being myself with a lot of freedom that is even better than the self that is now, and it's based on not asking for permission from anybody.
You want more?
I don't ask for permission now, but I want to remain. I would like to remain that self, that being, that I know I don't need to ask for permission. I'll just live and do what gives me contentment.
Okay. That's interesting.
And that's that I will allow to converse with myself a lot.
Yeah, more than
Because I could be called a loony or a cuckoo, but who cares?
Cuckoo? What's cuckoo?
Cuckoo is in English is a little crazy.
Crazy.
Or the other word is loony.
Okay.
A loony.
Yeah.
And so even if I get called that, I don't care. I don't mind, because that will be just a reputation you give me.
Yeah.
The character that I am, only me who's gonna care. I'm gonna know.
Yeah, true.
And I realize practicing art is what allows me to be myself even more.
Oh, okay.
And that's so it has taken a while to realize that, because you get busy with other stuff in life, but then when you look at the side where you practice art, that side of your life, it was the truest form, that because I'm alone, translating my emotions through colors, whether it's painting or through the beats that I'm having in my head, singing out, and then I have to translate these beats through the dun-duns, or through my hand playing other percussions or whatever. And I realized that that's the big part of me that voiced something in me, and is a lot of it is generate this sense of contentment, of being okay with being me, even if I'm not amazing, even if I'm not the perfect picture or something, even if I've got a messy broken nose. It's like
we are not a picture.
Yeah.
We just moving
so
every time.
The 20 years one, I know that I'm not gonna be wiser. I know that I'm just gonna know that I stuff things and I make mistakes, and then I learn.
Yeah.
I learn, and also, but I also learn now at this age that, I mean, being in a Western world, coming from a Western culture, I learned that it's an interesting thing, because a lot of people like to learn from their own mistakes. I do that too, but I think it's been very important for me to have, if I witness someone making mistake, and I could see the result wasn't so good, then I just take it really like, oh, that could be me and that could be my mistake. So I'm learning, like, I don't have to go make that mistake,
Yeah.
but thank you so much for telling me that, or for showing me that, so that I don't have to go through that. So it's like the way life shows me to make it
That's super good.
a little bit easier for me to
Yeah.
learn from somebody else's mistake,
Yeah.
without you having to go and do that.
Yeah.
To simplify, it's like a way to simplify living life.
No, but that's really good, because most of the people, they need
Yeah,
to
but then
experiment, you know, the thing. They want to live the thing and
Yes.
understand after. Even if you talk about your problem and say in an intellectual way,
Yes,
they're not
yes.
going to feel it completely.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna listen.
Yes.
They're gonna reproduce the same mistake
Yeah,
and
but
say,
then-
"Ah, you're right. You're right."
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's their way. I couldn't do it like that.
No, that's good.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
think
wow.
it maybe it's a cultural thing. So that's what I wanted to ask you, is like the roles and impacts from parents, siblings, neighbors, acquaintances, from strangers, like whether it's notorious figures or famous figures, public figures, you know, in the public eye, and the roles and impacts of society, including, you know, like experiences from your traveling, like, because when you travel, when you're interacting with other people, for sure there is a cross-cultural influences, and sometimes it's through the talk, through the language. So it's like the talking culture, let's say.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, what is a loony, what is a cuckoo, you know, this kind of, because
Cuckoo,
cuckoo in French, like, cuckoo, I'm here.
Cuckoo, yeah, cuckoo.
And then cuckoo here is like, wow, cuckoo, like that.
Yeah.
Crazy. So that's what I call a talking culture, or like a cross-cultural behavior through the language. What does these impacts and roles to you with all this? You know, whether it's a teacher or the societal impacts, you know, from those, like, how does it affect you, and what do you have to say about this, about yourself? Finding yourself in this realm.
I don't. Yes. More I growing, more I understand my freedom doesn't depend on the compression of the people, you know.
Yeah.
And it is really true. Like, if you act, your behavior is this kind of way, and you start to talk to me in this kind of way,
Right.
I'm like, okay. And you ask me, why you are like that? Why you don't like that? I'm like, okay. Look, I don't need to justify myself for this kind. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But for everything, and so I don't. For sure, there's many problems, especially at this moment in the world. Like, but no, it's impact me in a way. Like, I'm like, we still didn't understand some stuff. You know, we're still going in one way, and people keep doing the same mistakes, same shit.
Yeah.
And when these people come and tell you, oh, you should do that, and I say, no, I can't. No, I know it's not good, and all this, it's not good because we know it's not good.
Yeah.
I just focus on my
Yeah,
path.
your path.
No, I don't want like people influence me. It doesn't work actually. I think. It doesn't work.
And it's a way to progress.
It's
Yeah,
a way
right.
to progress. For sure, I'm listening, but I think deeply we know what is good for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
I think.
And what experience is it in your life that highlighted? What are the highlighted experience in your life as an artist so far? What's the one that you find it like is the highlight?
The highlight, like-
Yeah, of all your experience as an artist.
I think playing in the street.
Wow.
I mean, no, but I mean, I didn't know that before Byron, before.
Oh, you never did that before?
No, I mean playing in the street, busking.
D'accord.
This kind of power, you can change the energy and the mood of the people.
Yes.
And you can, because sometimes when you used to play music every day, every time, it's part of your life, you know, and you're used to this kind of thing, this kind of state, this kind of feeling.
Yeah.
But when people come to you and say, "Oh, thank you," or you know, like this kind of thing, like, I need it, and thank you, you gave me something, and you're like, what do you mean? And you know, this kind of feeling, like you can give like kind of gift or kind of
you don't mean to give, but you're giving and then they're receiving it so nicely. Like they're generously receiving it and expressing appreciation.
This kind of thing,
and makes it like the highlight of all these efforts.
And I'm like, oh, I know why I'm doing some music, you know. I think, and I was talking with my mom, and I told her, like, I think this is the thing I like the most in music. When you can give something, interaction with people, and give something, you give something very pleasant, and for me it's magical.
So what's the most the side of you that learn the most lesson when it comes to being an artist? What's the what's the lesson that you learned most from being an artist? the lesson you want most, and also what's the thing as an artist that you kind of refuse to take lesson, and you know that by refusing to take lessons, you don't make better progression. Knowing that, what is the
like the
or there must be something, or maybe there's none. Maybe there's none that you don't refuse to take lesson for. But what is the one thing being an artist that you take lesson deeply, and the one that you refuse to take lessons?
I think I told you, I refuse to go somewhere and it's a kind of like, and I can see like everyone playing with like ego thing, you know. Oh, for me it's like I refuse it. I refuse to connect with this kind of atmosphere, because it give me, I don't receive anything about that. So it's one of the things, like I feel like, but when I'm saying I don't want to play with ego, it's kind of my ego is talking to say I don't want to play with ego, you know what I mean? So it's battle of two egos at the end. But I refuse to be stuck in this kind of box. If I want to play with some weirdo people in the street, I will do it. If tomorrow I will play, I don't know, with a superstar, okay, I will do it. But I will never say, oh, no, I cannot do that because, no. It's not enough for me. No, this kind of thing I don't want.
So basically, in a way, some of us, we put the ego as a crown on our head. But you refuse that.
I refuse that.
You sit on your ego and fart on it and
shit on it
because it doesn't
fuck the ego.
You don't need it. You don't need it.
I don't need it. But because most of the people, I remember I was in a band and I didn't feel confident at all, and the leader, he told me, now it's time to play with your ego, and I was like, wow. And I felt like so shit, and I was like, it's not the thing I wanted to hear, you know, not at all. And I felt like super uncomfortable all the stage, because I was like, I don't want to play with it. You know, I just want to feel the joy and the connection, and say, okay, we communicate. I do some mistake, you do some mistake. I don't care. You know, one of the things. And so in reverse, like the thing I learned the most is like, I think most of the um, best musicians I met in my life, every time they were like super super humble, super chill, super um, no pressure, and they don't put any kind of image, or they were just like just normal human being was just like enjoying do some music, and they are so good. But because the ego stops you in your progression for everything in life. So for music also, and it's one of the thing. Yeah, it's not my goal. Huh? I'm not like, ooh la la, I don't have to play with my goal. No, I'm just like I just enjoying. But when I see it, I'm like, oh no, I don't like it. Yeah.
Do you feel that maybe or is there a different attitude that you apply in your life as an artist and as a human being? Um, like, do you apply two different attitudes to this? Like, as a human being, is like, of course, consider yourself as a son, as an adult, male adult, as a nationality, as a friend, as a European or a Frenchman, as a traveler,
Yeah.
as a worker, and
Yeah.
as an observer, as an observer and an absorber. That's as a human being. But as an attitude as an artist, do you differentiate these two, or do you think that they may be intertwined, or however way you?
I think at the beginning, no. I think the art, like the music for me. So the music bring me kind of to my real personality.
Right.
Brought me to my real personality. But like maybe like 3-5 years ago, I had like this kind of two different personality. With my music, I felt like so. I was more honest in kind of way, and in real life, I felt like less honest. You know what I mean? And some friends were like, oh, but when you're playing, you look so different. You don't look like the same. And yeah, and with the time, like as a human being, you try to be honest at some point. So both things became at the same level, and so I don't difference. There is no difference between like my human being personality and when I'm playing or as an artist.
I mean, as an artist, you're still a human being. But
No,
I
for
mean,
sure.
on a broader
Yeah.
perspective,
Yeah.
because beyond artists, you're considered a son, a friend, someone's traveling, or a stranger in a different country, or all kind of things.
Yeah.
As a worker,
Yeah.
So
But no, I don't have.
because like some of us, we apply different attitude when we go to workplace, and when we are there is a different persona that projects a certain attitude with the workmates, and that's a different persona projects on stage with a different attitude as an artist, or as a son again, different, as a sibling maybe, or as a friend, and some people don't do that. They don't filter. They just like, this is me.
Yeah.
However, wherever I am,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be myself.
It's kind of flow, but when I'm on
You
stage,
just adjust to the situation.
when I'm on stage, for sure, it's not the same energy when I'm talking to you. When
Of course.
there is something like it's burning inside. You just wanna, it's exploding. So
you want to express that.
you want to express and you're enjoying so much. It's
Now, in this is a slightly like a topic, an issue that I would like to speak with you about, and it's not necessarily focusing on art, but because we are a member of society, and also as an artist, and quite often artists are in my experience of connecting with them, they are some of the most rebellious people in good way.
Yeah.
They're rebellious against their parents' wishes. Not even the parents' wishes. They're against their parents' way of life, or the things that their parents trying to guide them or teach them throughout childhood, and they're like constant rebellious. That's happening. There are people who are, their parents are policemen, and then they want their children to be doctors, and like, no, I will not do that, and then they
No.
just never finish the school, they never,
No.
and then they go to art, and then they feel like, you're not going to stop, and they get told like, oh, you are never going to make it, you're not a professional or something, and then they don't care, it's my life, I'm going to do it, even if I'm dying with the brass on the side of the street, or even if I'm just dying with a guitar, being a street performer, I'm just going to do art. So to a degree they starve.
Yeah.
And out of rebellion, the rebelliousness, and so they're most, I think, to me, they're some of the most disobedient people in the world, artists.
In the world.
And as an artist, from your perspective, I'm so interested to know how do we artists, you think, can reconcile, make peace with the fact that, like, to reconcile the concept that obedience deliver us goodness, the reality at the same time we have to adhere, we'll have to follow what can sometimes create suffering. So like the example I gave you, we have to find ourselves obeying the rules at home, while we suffer.
Why?
While we suffer because it doesn't fit us.
Yeah.
These rules
Yeah.
is molded for all the people at home, and that's also what society, the regulations in the country or rules applies to everybody. It's for the benefits of everyone, right? To bring peace or whatever that's supposed to mean. It's for the benefits of all, and then at the same time it doesn't suit you. It's not in your. So how do you reconcile that obedience to think that that is good for you, while at the same time you're contradicting? You have to follow this, and then this is damaging me. This is causing me suffering. How do you make peace between these two contradicting, like obedience and disobedience? The obedience because they say, oh, it's good for everybody, but the disobedience, you're suffering if you obey that.
Yeah, if I follow like the main.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question.
Because we are very rebellious people, and I'm just so
Me?
curious. I am.
You?
I am very rebellious.
I don't know
and
if I'm rebellious.
Oh.
You think I'm rebellious?
Oh, you answer yourself honestly.
Huh?
Are you rebellious?
I don't know if I'm rebellious guy. No, I mean when I was more. Why are you laughing? No, but in a way, like when I was young, I had like some. After my teenager, I had like a big problem with education, and the way like, especially after college or high school. College, English, they asked me to. I mean, they asked all the people, all the students, the children. Now you need to choose something like between that. You need to. How explain that? You need to keep. You need to go in this direction. You need to choose this direction, and you're gonna study again for maybe 5 years more, and after you go straight to the system, the society of working, like each day, like from 8 to 6, with 2 days of day off, and repeat again with 5 weeks. In France, we are lucky, we have 5 weeks of holiday, and repeat again to just build like you don't know why, just to save money, and after to buy a house, get a family, and blah 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 blah. I have nothing about like make a family, okay? It's gonna be my plan for sure one day. But what I'm saying, it's like nobody teach you like to learn who you are and what you like in life, and they think about society, but they don't think about the existence of the life, and you need to serve the society first, and we don't care. You just need to do like everyone's doing, like a job, blah blah blah. You go to the bars after the work, and you drink a beer, and you repeat again and again. Fuck this life. Fuck this life, okay? Okay, maybe my rebellious parts, personality come out.
In that
But one of the thing I was really, I was again this kind of thing. But now I'm more chill with this kind of thing. I'm more in like because I'm not in this kind of situation, so I just try to find my way, what is the best for me. But for some people, this kind of life, like normal life, that's sweet for them, and I'm super happy for them. So I don't have any judgment about that. Before, I was like, oh, I don't understand, what. But now some people are super different, and they like monotony. Monotony?
Monotonous.
Monotonous, If for sure, if you try to trap me somewhere, oh no, I will be rebellious for sure. But I don't have this kind of feeling at the moment, because I'm so free.
It's very interesting, because Western world gives me completely different alternative way of perceiving obedience and disobedience. Where I have grown up on a little island with a certain culture, I grew up with a philosophy. The people were secular until the Dutch came with Protestantism, and the Portuguese came with Catholicism, and so to a degree there is a lot of Western influence because of these religious things that you celebrate, Easter, Christmas, all that sort of stuff, proceeding with the church ceremonial and stuff. I grew up being surrounded by secular people, and we don't. We have the traditional philosophy where, to a degree, I mean not to a degree, I actually wholly embrace this philosophy, which put me, as much as I'm a disobedient person, puts me in a state where I am obeying. I become an obedient person for this philosophy alone. And the philosophy says to live this life a little bit better, and to understand this world a little bit better. One meaning, all you have to do is apply ethics without any reference to supernatural beings. And for some reason, I just find that philosophy clicks with me, because it's very simple the way I apply. Okay, I want to, let's say, I'd like to have a fruit tree, right? I would like to eat a certain fruit, like mango tree, let's say. I like to have mango tree, I would like to eat mango. So I plant the mango. But I can't expect the mango to just grow on its own unless I take the responsibility of nurturing it, making sure that it gets the nutrients that's needed, and so it can fruits and produce, and then I can have it. So it's like a reciprocal looking after it. So the ethic of wanting something, and what do you proceed to follow in action in order to obtain that dream. So basically, like, you can dream about something, but no one's gonna wake up from your dream and make it into reality for you,
sure.
unless you can dream and wake up from that dream, and you make that a reality
In
for
reality,
you. And so that's like it's an ethic, basically, like anything in life, rubbish, whatever that we do, clothing. So much now, like producing ethical clothing, all sorts of stuff like this. But sometimes in the Western world, it's just a word overused. The term ethical, it's just like a perfect picture. But the reality is like we still produce so much crap, and so in a way, with that philosophy, in place where I was born and raised, it suits really well, because people understand that without actually being bombarded. This is the philosophy that we live by. No, we just grow up with that, inherited from one generation to another, which help us through generations to have a really good relationship with nature. However, now it's changing, because people are adapting to new modernism, a new culture of modernism, highly influenced, and they're stepping away from their own language, their own culture, and it alters the way we are related to nature, the way we look after nature, the way we speak with each other. Stepping away from the language, from the mother tongue, it alters. Once you use, let's say you get given a mobile phone, smartphone, you have access to internet, you have access to the exploitation of so many things on the internet, not knowing, because you haven't been informed on the impacts of what's coming, what you're getting as a result of the impact on you from using a smartphone, with the exploitation for so much unnecessary information on the internet. And so, let's say the younger generation, they use the internet without having enough information, without informing themselves, or without any government body informing them or educating them well, to say, be careful using this, use it for the necessary thing, blah 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 blah, protect yourself, protect your family. No one's informing you that. And so, in a way, that obedience and disobedience, it's almost like who's obeying what and who's disobeying against who, in this era of time. And we can listen to so many information on the internet, like we spoke about yesterday or a few days ago. What do we do with all this information? What do we do with this? Like, there's only enough, so much capacity of our mind that we can receive and process and store.
There's nothing natural with that. That's the thing, why you can be completely brain fuck, because your brain just like receive like so many information, and you just like you feel completely agitated, because your brain need to read all this news or information. You need to trade it, like you need to how you say that, like you need to,
comme tu dis en français,
you dois les traiter,
to treat it, no?
To treat it, like to analyze, and
to analyze,
to so many work for your brain, and so you just like
to process all that.
When you're in the real life, you don't have all this information. Like, look, we are here since I don't know how many time, and the only information is just to use a mic and what we're talking about, and that's it. When you're with your phone and you're scrolling, it's like,
how different is it in your society, in a French society, or your groups of friends, let's say the one you grow up with in France, how is it for them as individuals or as a group in a community that you kind of are very familiar, or maybe just a circle of connections that you make along the way in your life? How do you see them and their obedience, endorsement, or of unethical actions, let's say? Is it something that you're able to ever put time and see and then think for it, or like?
Actually, I don't know because it's been a while. I haven't seen my friend in. You mean in France? Huh?
Yes, yeah. Even back when you were younger, maybe you
When I was
remember
young.
thinking or something about this kind of thing, about you guys being in a group and then how your society, like, oh, in France is like people so because for me, like, what I see, it's different, like, may not be, but what I see, the French people, they're so disobeying. I mean, they go and dump.
La révolution.
They go and dump merde on a parliament
Yeah,
buildings,
yeah.
and then that's like, for me, this is.
This is so French.
It's so
It's so French.
They're not afraid
Yeah.
to tell the government, you get my middle finger in here.
Yeah.
Take a
Yeah.
truckload of
Yeah.
caca.
I don't know. I mean, most of the. No, I mean I mean, we have a big part of French people. When they're not agree about the rule, no, they're gonna fight and they're not gonna follow the rule, But this is like about the education, but I think the culture.
What do you think artists can do? What do you think there is that is so powerful that the artists can do to really influence government to, like, hey,
This is not good.
this is not good for the rest of the society or something? Like, it's just good for corporations or I don't know.
You can I translate something because I'm not sure
Oui.
about like how you say that,
Of
but
course.
So there is something about one of my friend used to say every time, and I didn't understand that
D'accord.
every time she was telling me, like, artists in general, they're like, so I just read, I don't know if it makes sense. They say it's like the witness of on their time,
Of their own
witness?
time, yeah.
Yeah.
The witness of their own
Like
time.
it's like artists in general. If you look about all the history,
Right.
it's like they take a picture of like what's happening at this moment,
Yeah.
politically, economically, different way, and they just take a picture in different way, like about music, about like painting,
Right.
about like sculpture, all this
Yes.
stuff, and they just like, okay, they express what's happening now, and I'm just showing, look, at this moment in my life, in my society, in my country, this thing happening, and I don't know why it can help, but it's actually, I don't know, like, why it can help, like, to change in the society.
In what I think the reason it can help, because it's the most peaceful expression, art. You don't hold weapons. It's your only weapon.
Yeah, true.
It's your weapon through poetry, through words that invoke, it wakens people up. If you write, even if it's nothing to do with political, it was just, let's say I write a poem about our friendship, and I'm expressing to you how valuable you are as my friend through poetry. Or I'm protesting against my disagreement with you as a friend. I could say it through poetry,
Yeah.
and it sounds good.
Yeah.
if I express it right, of course, and I get the message through, and someone else may feel relate to it, and they say, I recognize that. You hit the spot. Same thing with music, through lyrics, through melody. Same thing with painting, even if it's just abstract. Sometimes it's just full-blown colors with few lines, and then I don't know what the hell I'm looking at, but then the more I look, the more I find, and then the more I interpret it my way.
Yeah.
To find a relation through that abstract work, and to somebody else it means something else. And so I think the reason it helps to have artists being able to practice or to use art, it because mobilizes people in a peaceful way, and I think it's super diplomatic in a way without being diplomatic. You don't sit down and have a general discussion panels and say, yeah, but from this perspective, you don't even need to have that argument to overly discuss things, and you somehow, like you say, steering something of emotion that you generated through the artistic expression, and that's it. Expressing what's happening now.
And now it's an expression of the moment.
Yeah, I mean, when you look through rap music, the evolution.
Yeah.
And through rap music, they talk about police abuse, all sorts of stuff. I mean, the way, even how sometimes the lyrics they're very cynical, but it's a reality amongst human beings. They get cynical with each other, and then comes out through the lyrics, and then they protesting against each other. They're not getting along. Let's say that song by Cat Stevens, Father and Son. If you know this lyric, it's a conversation between him and between a man, a young male son and a father. You look through that, and some people probably cry because they feel the way Cat Stevens project the illustration of what's happening then, and it turns out that it's something that repeats with so many other people, even through different generations, and that is really powerful in a way, isn't it?
That's super powerful,
and that's why I think beyond, I mean, you can be a politician, you can be very politically minded, and of course go and express that you disagree with this policy and that policy. Of course you can still do that, but as an artist, there's just a great influence. And listen to Freddie Mercury. When you look at, I mean, I listen to the lyrics.
Which one?
Of the one that has the the one that has a, what is the word from the religious word from the Muslim, from the Islamic religion? There is a Bismillah. You see that. Not many people wouldn't, like, the whole world came to know Bismillah through that song, right?
I know what's the meaning. I don't know, but I know.
But you know how he can get away expressing that.
Yeah.
Because like in some places they don't like certain religion.
Sorry.
No.
What was the thing? That's the part with art in general. It's like when you talk with someone and you want to express this kind of thing, most of the people, people gonna take very in a wrong way, and they're gonna take very personally, say, what did you say? And so confrontation, all this stuff.
Yes.
But with art and music, or any kind of art, there is this kind of thing, magical. Or it doesn't matter. You don't need to it's kind of like super, you know, this
It's
kind of,
subtle.
yeah, like very sweet.
Yeah.
It's enter in your mind, and it's just opening your heart, or your you know, like
Your sense, you know.
yeah, your sense in a way, that because and that's why, like, some people, like, when, for example, some people are very stuck with their emotion, they struggle to be like open and honest, and they just like you know, they pretend they don't feel anything. You know what I mean? And um, and so music just come, it say nothing, and I'm talking the music in general, and it just opening the thing inside, and the guy don't need to at all to struggling, because it's just like sweet, and like little snake will just enter in your soul and say, look,
It comes in a really gentle way.
gentle
The
way, very sweet.
Yeah. So that's
and
why it's like a really amazing weapon.
yeah, it's an amazing weapon for this way, for this reason.
It's so peaceful.
So peaceful.
And you don't need to point directly.
You exactly.
You just throw up in the air.
Yeah.
And then it falls like, you know, like I always think of how artists, when I see fireworks in a Christmas or New Year's Eve, you know, and they do this firework, every time I look up and fireworks blows up, you know how the sparkles comes down?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I always think of artists in this way, because here they go, they throw up this beautiful artistic expression out in the open, whether it's through exhibitions, through words, through music, through melody, throw it out, and it just fall onto people, and people just like enjoying, wow, it has this art. Art is a weapon that project beauty, and it united people and give people common ground. And it's a weapon, it's like a harmless weapon, but the only thing that you're gonna get from it will possibly change your mind.
Yeah, it's like
you can change from being a closed mind to be open-minded.
Yeah.
Or you can change your perception of something that you didn't know before. Let's say like just with you doing your riffs and watching somebody else doing their riffs, and say, oh, that one is a cool one to learn, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's like I'm of a mesmerizing force.
Mesmerized.
Yeah, like, you know, which guide you back to the reality, to
That's right. Yeah.
You know, because most of the people are stuck with like the psychological problem, and not with the reality. And this is the beauty of art. Yeah, you're right.
So do you think the French people value obedience to a degree?
No, but don't ask the French people. No, for sure, no.
Okay, we skip that.
No, I'm joking, but
okay.
No.
Now this is more like a personal, psychological questions, maybe. Not that I'm a psychology. Just that
I'm ready.
I just thought maybe. What do you think the difference between, like, the key points of deliberate disobedience to the difference to simply making an unwise decision? Let's say you see a 10 years old decided to jump around, and then they know they've been warned, don't jump this way or today you're going to get hurt. The possibility is you're going to get hurt. You can jump, but do it safely. And then they still don't, they've been informed to be jumping, playing wisely, let's say, yeah? But because they're not wise, they're without the wisdom. They're not constantly aware about it. So it's just like unwise, just an unwise decision making if they get hurt and they still go through. But there is, let's say, a 14 years old, a teenage or 15 years old, they deliberately disobey someone at school because they're not behaving like mentors, they're behaving like a dictator
Yeah.
to the students, let's
Yeah.
say. Now, what do you think the key difference between these two?
The age.
You think it's just the
No,
age?
but no. I mean, about like 10 years old and.
Then a 14 years
14
old.
years
Yeah,
old.
I mean, not even not up. The ages was just an example. But what my point was like, with anybody, there can be in adults who makes an unwise decision. It doesn't have to be the 10 years old.
Yeah, true.
And there can be a 60 years old who are with the deliberate disobedience, and at the same time there can be a 60 years old who is making unwise decisions, because nobody can be super wise at whatever age. But
Well, that's an interesting question.
have you ever found yourself in that situation where you deliberately disobey, knowing that you should obey, but you deliberately disobey, and find also yourself in a situation where you just simply make an unwise decision, not because you didn't want to obey, not because you want to disobey. So, have you ever find yourself in that situation and then see what's the key difference?
Yeah. Like yeah, when I was working some different kind of work, I work in different, so many different work. Sometimes you can. I was working and I could see like my boss. She was pretending to be too much the boss.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's something. Yeah, it's an example for sure, but it's something at the end. She was treating us like the boss, as she was saying. I'm a boss, so I decide if it's working like that or no. Okay, and if I'm talking like you like that, blah blah blah. And at the end, I was like, no, it's not fair. It's not a reason to be, because you are the boss of your farm, for example. I'm just like, okay, you need to acting like that. You can just talk normally, and we try to collaborate. I'm working for you for sure, but I don't want to be. You are here and you look at me like that. No, because
Just obey
at the end we just go to the toilet and we poo the same way. You know what I mean?
So there's like the deliberately disobedient.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. You just I'm not gonna obey you because
I'm
just
not gonna
because
obey
you say
you.
you're the boss.
Yeah, and I'm yeah. For this reason, I'm not at all like when I see this kind of thing happening many in the hospitality as well. This kind of thing. I try to get the balance. Even if he's my boss, I don't care if it's my boss. I respect him or I respect her, but I want to be sure like he respect me and respect each other. And but that's an example. I mean, like, but when it's happening, I'm gonna talk with the boss and say, look, you're the boss and I don't care. The way you're. Because you're the boss, you don't have to talk like that. You don't have to treat me like that. Or that's the thing, yeah. But it's an example. But to answer like fully the question.
So you think it's to do with someone's character, the way they project themselves to you?
With some character.
Yeah. Like not character, but attitude.
About me, about
no, about the people. So depending on the attitude of the people projecting to you, you can either disobey deliberately, or the innocent of you not knowing better, so you make an unwise decision. Is it like somewhere along this line, or I don't know?
Are you thinking about something? You're thinking about something?
No.
Tell me, yeah.
No. I was like so curious to know these things, because I question things like this out loud to myself, and I'm thinking, what's the difference with like making an unwise decision. What is the point? What is the really important point, the key points that I find myself making an unwise decision? What triggers that? Like all sorts of stuff. Like of course, numerous questions come, and then I'm thinking, why do I deliberately disobey certain things, certain peoples? And the reason I disobey deliberately because sometimes it's people's attitude.
Yeah. But most of the time, at the beginning, it's just, the main thing is just because you try to protect yourself in some way. No? That's the main thing. Like, why suddenly you say no? It's because you want to protect yourself.
That's a cool key point.
Because at the end, the people try to, with no limit. Sometimes there is no limit, and you're like, is it happen for real? Like, this person with absolutely no boundaries, they try to,
That's pretty cool, because my key point of deliberate disobedience is that I'm simply a person who's not good being told what to do.
Yeah.
I'm so not good at being told what to do. I cannot be ordered around. I feel like, oh God, this is... I will give myself a hard time if I do what someone told me to do. I will not enjoy it, and I'm just... I will pick a fight. I don't know.
No, but that's interesting. Before, why? Because, I'm talking for sure. If it's too extremes, is the guy like treats you like a shit. At the end, it's not pleasant at all, and you don't feel like the connection, and you don't, But if it's just like something, okay, suddenly you work for me, and I say, Francesca, can you do, I don't know, can you throw like the rubbish bin? What are you gonna say? You're gonna say, no.
I can.
Yeah, but
because me, when I really don't feel like doing something at that point, I would say no, and I would say quite often I would say not right now. And if you give me reasons
to do
why I should do it now, you better have a very good reason
it's
that you can convince me.
Because I pay you.
No, even if you pay me, if I'm not ready to do it right now, and I'm in the middle of more important things for myself, I'm not going to do it. You are not going to convince me otherwise. Oh, Charles, unless you give me $2 million to buy a house in Byron right now,
That's the deal.
I'll take the brownies for you.
That's the deal.
No, but there are necessities that I'm, like necessary events that I make exception, where I can't just disobey the circumstances or the situations that arise. I have to go along and be a part of the solutions, because it's for my own well-being, and the people that I love. I don't want them to be in a certain situation that's unpleasant, and because if I care for somebody, I know I'm going to be hurt if I didn't contribute, or if I didn't help look after the situation or something like that. So in that way, I kind of feel like maybe I have some wisdom, but nah.
Yeah.
I'm just being good.
Yeah. I know.
But
I know. This, I can have this kind of same problem when I'm.
Do you ever feel like you have to I don't know, when you obey, let's say, school rules or something, because what we learn at school is also, different to what we learn outside at school.
Yes.
It's very limited, right? And sometimes I feel like it can suppress your critical thinking when you are going to a class, because there is a curriculum that is already designed and set up, and you just have to learn what is. You have to get the marks done and all that, tick the box, and for me, school is is not my field.
No, yeah.
I'm really bad.
Yeah.
I don't know how to flow along with that. It just, yeah, it's like telling me to obey, and no,
May-
no, and then I feel like now that I'm a mature person, I see how much of a critical thinking was suppressed then. So that was something that I experienced. Do you feel that that happens to you at all? Do you ever?
Yeah, but more in a way like we push you to do some stuff, but you don't know for which reason exactly. Uh, and I just, when I don't have this feeling to, it doesn't matter if it's in school or with friend, or I love when we work together, like a project.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be part of the project. If it's just like your project and you say you need to do that, you need to work on that, and just like for which reason exactly, just because uh, for your for after when you're gonna study some new thing, and but what's the point? Did I choose like exactly if it's something I want, if it's gonna be useful for me? Um, yeah, when it was like that, especially I could be like, no, I don't want to do that.
Disobedient.
Yeah.
Do you think there is there is this thing that I feel like the word disobedient associates a lot with complete freedom, unlimited freedom, and unlimited freedom tend to just, maybe it's just me with my English not very excellent, and so I tend to get the impression that unlimited freedom in the Western world means that it could mean that you're unruly anarchist, just do whatever you want at any given time, whatever, absolutely whatever, absolute unlimited freedom, and there's like associated with disobedience, so it's like very negative, carry a lot of negative connotation, and I feel like there's going to be consequences from too much freedom or unlimited freedom. Do you associate disobedience in this way, or do you see, because for me I don't actually see disobedience associating with unlimited freedom or too much freedom.
No.
I get that impression when I talk to people who are like of English speakers, native English speakers, that they, maybe it's just me. I'm just, you know. Like,
What?
I'm just, they just seems to give me the impression that disobedience means unlimited freedom, as I described before. Like unlimited freedom associates with being too much freedom that can cause havoc, chaos, because you can absolutely do whatever you want.
Yeah, but I believe more like
that's why they build boundaries, that kind of
yeah
stuff. Which boundaries then set you to like obey. These
I
are
mean,
the limits.
for me the jail for me, it would be like, I mean, you can force me to do whatever you want, but if I can keep my mind, my thought, my who I am, I will feel more freedom. But like what I want to say, it's what I want to say, it's like yeah, freedom for me, it's more something about I'm still free to think about what I want, to be what I want inside, even if I'm doing the worst job ever, if I can still be myself, I can be free. But if suddenly like someone can control who I am, try to control what's happening inside, yeah, for me it's like kind of trap and kind of this is a jail for me.
So in your lately in your life, have you sort of come across something that almost like a miracle? Like you know, in your mundane everyday life, like,
I love this.
have you ever come across
spontaneous.
something like a miracle? I mean, for me, you know, like when you say no to this discussion, like I say, let's have a discussion about art. When you say yes, it would be like a miracle for me. I take it like a miracle because I was thinking, who can I find? Who can I feel so sincerely, like, because it has to click with my feeling, with my gut feeling. The first person has to be the right person that I feel click to when they say yes, it feels really good to go on the podcast. And so for me, it's like, this is miracle.
Yeah,
my
that's
late
lovely.
miracle. And so like for me, this is my miracle in my late life, my lately days.
Yeah.
What about you?
My miracle?
Yeah, have you have anything like that? I mean, what do you, I mean, for me, it's because
To be invited in the podcast.
I know, come on, there
That's
must be something better
That's
than
it.
this.
The miracle. I don't know.
But also because you're leaving in 2 days. Oh, well, in less than, yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
it's,
why I was like, and I forgot to ask you when, you know, we met a few days ago, and I completely forgot to ask you about that. And
Yeah.
last night, I was like, let me text you. Will you say yes? And I doubted that you're going to say yes because you'll be preparing to.
Boy, I know for sure I would say yes. I would say yes. Well, no, but like, my miracle is it's complicated to say because I don't know. The miracle to it's too cliche to say that being live
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to be but this is
D'accord.
true in some way like
I'm just using
be
the
a
word
wo-
because
be no like the miracle what I don't know this is my miracle. No, my miracle it's more like I feel like grateful to acting the way like I want and be who I am and be free and
finding yourself free to be,
yeah.
be
But
as you are.
I learned this kind of thing, but it's not a question of place. It's not a question of the freedom. It's more inside
Yeah.
than other thing.
In your experience, regardless of you being an artist or not, with our differences and do you think people perceive colors the same way?
Carlos,
Colors.
colors,
Les
the same way.
couleurs.
Les couleurs. With you mean art in general?
Yes. Do you think people perceive colors in the same way?
You mean in the physiology where if your red is the same red than me, or you talking
Yeah.
about like an image?
Oh no! I mean like real, like if you see this, do you see
Like
what
the
I
green?
see? Yeah.
Is it the same green?
Yeah.
for you
Do
than
we
me?
see the same?
But
do you
actually,
think
I'm
we see-
blind. I need to wear my glasses.
Me too.
But
do you think we all perceive colors the same way? Because we drift off a little bit about psychological stuff, so I
no,
thought
but
like let's go back to
it was a question I was wondering, but
yeah.
I would say yes or maybe no, and I want to say what was the and so what the, if you see
Because you know colors, some people are feeling perceive colors through emotions, right? That, I mean they connect so much with emotions, like if I were to wear all these colors, I feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
But there are some people like, oh, that's too
Oh,
loud
but
for
this
me.
is like, yeah.
Too loud for me, or that's too boring
Yeah,
for me.
but
or
this is
too
like,
something.
yeah.
And also like what I see, I find it sometimes I'm arguing with people. They say, that's yellow. I say, no, that's beyond yellow. It's something more. It's more explosive than yellow. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
And there is something more of a tone than yellow, in that yellow. And so like for me, this is very normal color. It's not bright, not explosive. But I have others tell me, no, they are very explosive.
Okay. But it's,
for
I
me,
think,
it's like so normal. It's like this.
Yeah.
This is normal
yeah.
too.
But it's because that's why you like, and for example, I'm taking, it's like taste and, we call that taste and color, like, because it's make you feel like, oh, you feel good with this kind of color because it's like kind of resonate with yourself, and you're like, oh no, but I like this vibe. It's like I feel connected with this kind of color. I feel, you know. But the same way when people play metal, I'm talking about Matisse.
Matisse.
I'm like, I feel nothing about this music. You know, I don't feel anything. I'm like, it's just someone who just shout. You know.
Oh,
But
Matisse.
Matisse is love for him.
Oh,
It's
Matisse
like, you
understands
know,
it.
he
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
But in some way, if I'm playing some jazz, he will say, "Oh, I don't think you're gonna," you know. It's the same. It's like taste and color. It's why you like to get dressed like in this way, and why I get dressed like, why I have long hair, why I love surfing, and why some people prefer, I don't know, to play volleyball or football. So I think it's just different perception for sure, and we all have different perception.
Do you think that artists pay attention to the vanishing languages across the world?
The vanishing.
Yeah,
What's
the
that?
disappearing languages. You know, so many native languages dying because everyone merged to speaking English as an international as an international language, and beside the internet exposures, everything is in English, you know, and with subtitles. Can be translated with AI.
Not for the France.
No,
Not for the France, because for the France, we like to keep our cinéma and.
Mais maintenant, tu parlais en
Je peux
anglais.
parler français. C'est ma révolution, d'accord? C'est ma révolution.
La révolution.
Yeah, c'est ma révolution. No,
yes, French is lucky. You still,
yeah.
because you also colonize, so
Yeah,
you have people
we colonize also. We are the
speaking
bad
French
people.
more than
Yeah.
than in France.
No, I mean, if
But
it's a good
do
way.
you think artists pay attention to this? Because I do.
You do?
I do, and I just don't.
No, because
I'm
you like-
asking you because I am not. I don't know whether artists pay attention. Honestly, I am curious. Do other artists?
No,
because,
yeah.
because you are bilingual. You speak French. You to parler in Spanish as well.
No,
Un
unfortunately.
petit peu.
Un poco. Sì.
Ah, yeah.
But no, yeah, I think this is something like it's still like about the culture, about like they identify about the culture. And I'm not this kind of guy who defend culture. Okay, I'm not like that at all. Because it's one of the you create something, but it doesn't mean like you evolve with the time, and a lot of things change. And we cannot like stop the evolution. I'm not saying like it's good like everyone's talking only in English, not at all. But I don't want to fight about this kind of thing.
No,
some people
not to fight,
but some artists like they really like, oh, I wanna absolutely like sing in French, for example, and I wanna play with only French player.
But there's also artists like I don't know if you the one that I listen to very often, because she sings in multiple languages, Spanish, Greek, French, Portuguese, you name, Italian, English, and she sings super good. Nana Mouskouri, the Greek artist, and I just love how she enunciates every word in every language so perfectly. And there are artists like that who sings in different languages. Of course, it's just you have to have an exceptional language skill
and adaptation,
different kind of brain altogether. And I have so much respect for people like that as well, for artists like that. And so in a way, for me, she pays attention to languages, but these are not dying language. So I was wondering more like, how many of us artists sleep the night like me about to go to sleep, like, I wonder what other languages out there are dying, and I wonder how many hundreds of thousands of languages before they decide the English was going to be the international language. Before then, how many more languages that were alive then? Because there's an island called Alors. Alors Island is close, on the way closer to Papua, between Timor-Leste and Papua also. And this, I learned this information when I was younger. In every village on this island, so I think consists of more than one island, in every village they have different languages and they don't understand each other because it's so big. So like the village is so big that the distance, also because back then the populations were less, so to cross one village to the other, it's quite a great distance. So then you only really converse with the village in your neighborhood, the villagers in your neighborhood, using the one language. Once you cross that great distance, it's completely different language, and so many different languages in the one island. So can you imagine? Then they start to speak maybe just like one national language, and then through generations, some of them dying, and like as an artist, I look through the old times written language on the stones in terms of calligraphy, like the ancient Egyptian scripts that's on the stones, on the walls, and that sort of stuff. They have to, transcribe this into English to translate for us to understand what might say. And are you with the mind like me? I'm a little bit crazy with this because I wonder about stuff like this. Do artists wonder about this stuff or just me?
I mean, I don't know, because you like speak different languages, like one of your passion. Right? So I don't have this kind of thing. More because if you think about the evolution, I'm not really good with history, right? Okay, so I'm probably gonna say some shit thing. But about the history, about the evolution, when you think about it, if I'm taking my country, to be sure, if I have to compare how people talking French now and how they were talking French back in a time 300 years ago, it's completely different. It's not the same language. I mean, it's for sure somewhere it's same, but if I have to talk with Louis 15 or Louis 14, we will call them Bonaparte. I will not able to understand what he's talking about, because the language evolve a lot, and it's part of like evolution with human being, like the countries, the boundaries, and
like
all
English.
this stuff. English. So I'm not part of these people who get attached with all this stuff and say, no, we need to keep our culture. We need to keep all this. I'm more like progressive, in a way, like is part of the flow, and for sure, when it's too extreme, now it's not good. You want to you do this kind of thing with peace, but I'm not attached with this kind of thing. But maybe you, because you have this kind of patience, so for sure for you it hurts you, like, what the fuck is this?
It's not even a patient, it's just like I don't know, just high interest in I can't help it. It's not that I want to.
Yeah.
It's just there.
Yeah.
And I also ask dumb questions to myself, like.
No.
But I do ask really silly questions, like.
No, but that's an interesting question.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like you don't sit around in the night and think to yourself, oh, the fish, they swim all day. Do they know they're wet? Do they know they're wet?
Oh, they know they're wet.
I mean, you don't ask them, no?
You are wondering this kind of thing.
Like,
no, I'm not.
Like like the pigs love to be in the mud. Do they know they get dirty? They're dirty. Of course, I ask stupid stuff.
But
like
for the same thing, human being, we like to overthinking every time and asking.
But I know I'm overthinking, and I ask dumb
You know
questions.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, but like the same thing, like now, English is an international language, but for sure, I'm pretty sure in 200 years, in 200 years, it's not going to be the English, it's going to be something else. Maybe ask your question.
I want to, like, because, like, we've talked a lot about many things, but one thing that I was so curious, like, do you have side of yourself as an artist that you conceal from your parents, from the people that knows you since your childhood?
A sign. So in a way, like, if repeat again.
Do you have a side of yourself as an artist, a part of yourself as an artist that you conceal, you hide from your parents or from the people that knows you since you were a child?
Yeah, especially at the beginning. I was super shy. I was super, like, no, I don't want to play in front of my parents. I don't want to. But they push me, kind of especially my mom, my dad as well. They push me to say, like, look. I was not comfortable, like, to be honest, at the beginning. Now.
But do you still have that part of?
I don't know. It's
hide?
Been a while. I haven't seen them.
Because when you were jamming here, the third last or second last jam, and I remember one of our friends said, "Are you shy?" He sounded.
Oh yeah, true. No,
he knows you play really well, but it's like, I can't hear you. You're shy.
Yeah. No, because music, it's like.
It's a careful thing to thread on.
It's kind of like a connection. It's like when you meet someone new and you try to know about the person. So at the beginning, I'm a cat. Okay, I'm a cat. So when I'm going in a house, I need to
check on the
check
situation.
all the different place, all different room, and when I see all the all the house, I feel okay. I feel comfortable. Yeah, okay, now I can lie down. So it's the same thing with music.
This one is more like a toying around, playing around with an imaginary, playful question. Let's say, imagine if you drastically wake up to a changed future, like completely different future tomorrow, and what will be your first question?
My first question. So it is the same at the same time, or it's like in 2026?
Let's say tomorrow. No, let's say tomorrow you wake up to completely different future to what so
future,
drastic.
So in future.
Yes, so drastic. Tomorrow is future. So drastic. So drastic. The change is so drastic that it's not like a normal day, like you wake up today or yesterday.
I will ask.
What would be the first question?
So what's happened? Like I just wake up and what's happened? Suddenly like
Mine
you
too.
purple, I'm white. You have a big nose and like what's happened? Why? You know, I will ask like so many questions about about yeah, what's happened? I think it will be my first like where I am, what's happening at this moment, and if nobody can answer, would be weird for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, would be
Next question.
yeah.
What one random insignificant events or a little daily annoyance in your habit that you want to get rid of?
Rid of like
That you want to like
an habit in my life.
Yeah, you want to let go completely. What would be? Like just insignificant little thing, like some people say, oh, I want to stop picking my nose in a public, or or I want to
don't
stop
have
laughing
this
like
problem,
in a
Francesca, I'm too perfect. No, I don't know. It's complicated. Because habits.
little annoying habit, just
I
not
woke up too
insignificant.
late.
It's
I
not,
woke up too late.
not important.
This is one
Ah,
thing.
you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Is that too late?
5? Who said
Oh, you
that?
used to wake up at 5 in the morning, no?
Who? Me?
Too hard.
No, it's not the same person. It's not me.
I thought you wake up at 5 and then you go back to sleep. Or
No,
No.
it's not me.
oh,
No.
Maybe shower.
Shower, yeah.
Ah,
I used to do
d'accord.
this kind of thing. Yeah. I woke up too late. I will wake up earlier.
Okay, so you would like to eliminate that? Eliminate that?
Yeah. But I think it's part of
Parce
my
que? Pourquoi?
own cycle. You know?
Your own
Cycle.
well-being.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If you're subjected to a life where art is not allowed, what kind of life will that be for you, and how do you see yourself as a being from such subjection?
I will be a monk. No, but that's true. Actually, like, if music disappear, I will be a monk.
Wow.
I will be a monk. Yeah. In a way, like, because
But
the other
you know,
thing, it's not.
in monastery, they do have music in a way. The
Yeah,
bells,
for sure.
the rhythm of meditation,
Yeah.
music that is so spiritual.
Yeah, it's part of the thing, for sure. But,
But if you have none of that,
yeah, I will just meditate all the day.
d'accord.
Just all the other thing, like all the other distraction, I'm not really.
Okay, I'm gonna have two final questions. What makes someone a great artist?
A great artist.
I know we talk about like there's no, I don't want to be labeled great or whatever, amazing, but oh, it's a telephone somewhere. So, what makes someone a great artist in your perception?
For me, like, first of all, being a great human being give you instantly like the possibility to be a great artist, because it's just like artist mean just it's a consequence of what you are, and it's more about action. Also, artist is like, you know, with arts and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So it just be a good human being.
And what would you like to say to your future self in 20 years from now? And maybe you re-listen to what has been discussed today between you and I. And what do you think your future self would say to your current self listening to this
Now?
discussion? Listening to this
Would say,
discussion.
Fuck, Charles, your English was fucked up. You will say that. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna say that actually. Say, oh my god, the English, oh my god.
So you know that would tells me that means your English you're working to make sure that your English will improve.
Yeah,
Bravo.
bravo.
D'accord. Well, we are going to wrap up, and it's such a great pleasure having my beautiful friend Charles, my dear friend as well, and I am basically like his Australian auntie.
Yeah, sorry.
Australian
So, yeah,
tata.
Australian tata. Yeah, you are my
And
Australian tata.
we have known each other for 2 years,
Mm.
and it's beyond 2 years the way it feels.
Yeah, true.
And it's great to connect with each other in artistic way, in a friendship way, and just as human beings, like a family. And it's such a pleasure to have you in my first podcast,
First guest.
featuring as my most valuable guest, of course.
Yeah.
And I want to wish the two of us and our musical or whatever artistic friends there are in our life, that they will continue to project art and have discussions like this that can take a few hours away from looking at the screen, but listening to what we can discuss.
Yeah.
To proceed with continue to live and be ourselves, and art for a weapon. Art for a peaceful weapon.
Yeah.
And merci beaucoup.
Mais de rien,
toi.
it was a pleasure. Like I
And,
really enjoyed. Thank
and,
you for the
yeah.
invitation.
I'm so glad that
Yeah,
you said
I
yes.
like it.
And bonne journée pour Bali.
Merci.
It's not good day. Bon
voyage.
Bon voyage.
Thank you.
Sorry, bonne journée is like the day is
Yeah, it's,
going dark already.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say
yeah,
bonne
it's
journée.
getting dark. Yeah, bonne journée. Yeah, well, I mean, up to you. You.
But yeah,
It's up to
thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you to you, my friend.
My
you so much.
beautiful friend. Oh, thank you
Was
so
really
much.
good.
Yeah, thank you so much. Voilà.
Bisous, bisous.
Bisous, bisous.